Hey, in this episode, I want to talk to you about how to invest your money in your music career for maximum success. Let's do this.
I spent the last 14 years playing over 1,000 shows, touring 22 different countries, and become a top 40 Billboard charting artist. I fired my record label to go out on my own as an independent artist to market and release my own music, selling thousands of albums and millions of streams. The question I always get is, how did I do it without a label and sell even more music? This podcast is here to show you the way. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share marketing strategies to grow my music business and a loyal fan base.
So, hey, I was thinking about when I signed another deal with a label, when I re-signed, and I got a pretty big advance. I think it was $60,000. And the reason I was thinking about this is because I got a new book coming out on building wealth. I'll be announcing the name soon enough. My wife just did the book cover and it's looking amazing. Can't wait to share it with you guys, but it's going to be so inspiring. But the reason I was able to build wealth and success is because I invested my money back into my business and keeping my debt low and just going for it. And I'm going to get really personal here. Part of the reason I wanted to sign with this label, and when we were offered this $60,000 advance, and I wish I didn't, but at least I used the money smart. Okay, I'll say this: I wish I didn't sign it because, I could have promoted the record and I would have made even more money. But the point here is what I did with the money. Okay, this is the lesson I want you to really take home, is what I did with the money and what unsuccessful artists do with their money and you should not do. Okay, so this is what you should do with the money and what you should not do. And so the reason why I got the money is because I wanted to use it to pay down our mortgage. I wanted to pay debt down. We had moved to California. By this time, we were living there, and we had a rental property back home. It was our house, and I wanted to pay that sucker off. I wanted to be out of debt. I was like Dave Ramsey, hardcore. I want to pay this thing off. I want to be completely debt free. And I remember we took a big chunk of it and paid it off. I remember when we get royalty checks, and the first thing we would do a lump sum payment on our debt and get that debt down. What I did not do, is go and buy a freaking new car or get a tour bus or do something really stupid that is not an asset. We were still driving like a Toyota Tercel, or it was an Echo, and we actually still have that car freaking today, believe it or not. We actually, when we moved to California, we drove it onto one of those delivery trucks, and it delivered the truck to California, and me and my wife flew there. That's how we got our car there. But I didn't go and get all this crazy stuff. I think the only thing I did to celebrate the new album is I went to Best Buy, and I think I got like $150 stereo just so I could have two speakers in the back or something like that. Or I think I got myself a pair of shoes that were like $150 for the outfit. But you got to understand, when all of a sudden you get money, some people get crazy and they get stupid and they just think it's going to keep coming, and they blow it all. And maybe me and my wife went out to dinner, but that was probably to celebrate the record coming out. And, we've been a few records in, and, I'm playing shows and making money. So the only thing that we weren't living on was the advance. But the point is that money is an advance of the record sales you are going to make, okay? So I won't get paid anything else until the label, sells enough records to pay me again. It is an advance of your sales. And so what unsuccessful artists do is they go and buy a fancy car, go get a lease on some fancy car. They go on some crazy vacation. They invest in all this studio gear, or they go crazy on clothes. All right, or they create things that don't make the money. I could say, I'll take part of that $60,000 advance and I'll go. And this is going back 8 years ago, mind you. Okay, this was 2012, 2011. So this is a long time ago. But, they go and spend their money on all this crazy stuff that doesn't make them more money. Listen, nobody cares what you're wearing, in your video. All right, and I'm not saying don't be fashionable. I love fashionable, but nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about your custom whatever special amp or guitar, or the very few people that actually care about that are not the people that are actually going to be buying your records. What fans care about, and what I've learned over the years, is people care about the music and making the best song possible, making a hit. Okay, so if that's getting a bigger artist feature, if that's working with a producer that can crank out a freaking hit for you and having another song, or you know, what would be a good investment there is maybe going and doing a show or a concert and hiring a video crew to shoot a live in concert and recording the audio really well, recording the video, and then you take that and you create another asset. Now you have a live in concert, or live in Germany, or live from Tokyo, or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And now you have another asset. And this is the real difference between successful artists and unsuccessful artists, they just blow it all on liabilities. They blow it on all things that don't make them money, you know? That $300, $400 shirt, sweater, outfit, it ain't going to be worth that in about a year. You're not even going to care about it. And you got it for the music video, or you got that watch, and now it's like, whatever. You don't care, you know? I still have my leather diesel watch from a music video shoot. I think it was, again, $150. We got it for the Overboard music video shoot. And nobody cares that I'm wearing that, but it is my favorite watch. It was a small little gift. I remember I bought some other clothes from Diesel, and again, they were like a few hundred each, but I remember we got them and we just returned them afterwards. I think I only kept one thing because I really, really liked it, but it was just like, nobody cares what jeans I was wearing. I might care, but nobody else does. And it took me a while to wake up to this, that like, nobody freaking gives a crap. You know, the very few people might say, oh, that's cool. But you know what? Fashion and looking cool, like that stuff is so important for the extent, but like you don't need to be buying brand new, all this crazy stuff. You can still look cool with freaking used stuff, or getting clothes off eBay. Or I used to love to shop at Crossroads when I lived in California. It was like this used designer shop. In fact, I'm wearing a shirt right now from there that says California on it, and I think it was like $12, and it's like one of my favorite shirts. And so many of my stuff I used to get there, and then I used to resell my stuff. So the point I'm trying to make here is like, be thrifty, man, and invest until you've got crazy amounts of money coming in from your music. You shouldn't be spending crazy. You need to invest smart. Get rid of your debts, man. Okay, unless that thing is making you money, you know, like at least we were renting out the house, but still I wanted to punch that debt in the face. Why? Because maybe I didn't have a plan for it, and I'd rather, you know, not put it in the bank and I'm getting 0 interest, as opposed to the bank charging me 3 or 4% interest on it, you know. So I want to be smart with my money, and I want you to be smart with yours when you get it, when you make it, and I want you to invest it in the right spots. Okay, and the last thing I'm just going to say, is it's still working very well to this day, and I've been harping on it for years now, I feel like, is Facebook and Instagram ads. Still working. In fact, we did a lesson on the last call. I think it was my man Tim who was on the call. He was just freaking out because I was just showing him a new thing with Instagram and Facebook ads. You know, I just showed them a new strategy and a new thing that was working. And it was like, dang. And they're blown away that, you know, and I'm just still selling records. I think I still got 2,000 CDs left, and then those are gone. And I'm really excited about those because they're from an older album. We've got released an album last year, December, and we got rid of the last USBs. All the CDs are gone, and I think there's 50 copies of the vinyl left. And I have those as an upsell in my funnel. And we have about 2,000 CDs. So by the time 1,600. By the time those 1,600 CDs are gone, those vinyl will be gone at the same time. And guess what? I'll be ready for 2021 to release a new album and press some new merch. And so, like, it hasn't even been a year yet. And yeah, I've released other songs since my last new album. But the point is like, man, like, you can get distracted and not market, not grow. And it's like, here I am. I'm just still trying to move stuff. I'm still trying to find new fans, different ways to get out there. And I wish the same for you too. So make sure you get your Facebook and your Instagram game on, because like the ROI you get and the exposure you get compared to how much it costs is like pennies on the dollar. And of course, all that training is inside of Fanbase University. I want to remind you that a fighter ain't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits.
So if you're a struggling artist and you're just trying to figure out this music industry, you want to go full time with your music, you want to get noticed on social media, or learn how to launch an album, an EP, or just get your music more marketed out there, I want to encourage you to check out my coaching program called Fanbase University. Every single month, I jump on the phone 2 times with my students and I coach them and I teach them how to market their music, how to get noticed, how to handle booking agents, record labels, and just get their music out there. Also, you get access to exclusive training, you get interviews with music industry professionals. If you want to find out more and not do this on your own, not struggle, because I've wasted thousands of dollars on my career and now I want to coach other artists. Check out my program, fanbaseuniversity.com, or click the link below to find out more info.